This is a really cool Canless LED light. I'm going to show you how to install it in this video. And while you don't need a dimmer switch for this light to work, I'm going to show you how to install this anyway because the light can be used with a dimmer switch and it's really nice. So here you can see my old light. I have an old house, and then here is the new Canless light. Just looks so much better. It's a really cool light. It's got this cool night light functionality. This light is flickering. You can't see it in the video, but that's because the bidet is on the same circuit. So I do need a tool to cut a hole in the ceiling, so I'm going to use this. It has a template, so to use this tool it just says 155 millimeters, so you set the tool to be 155 and then you tighten it up. And then you do that on the other side as well until it fits the template for the Canless LED lights. Go ahead, make sure you turn off the circuit breaker before you do any work with electrical. Just be on the safe side, flip the switches, make sure that nothing is going to turn on. I have an external light source that I use to do construction. This is a really nice light for that purpose. You could also use a portable battery if you don't have an outlet nearby. So I took down the original light, and then I tried to drill the hole just kind of freehand. Did not work at all. Horrible success doing this. You absolutely need a center point for that drill to go in for this to work at all. So I eventually figured out I could use a longer drill bit and put that in there. So I did that, and then I drilled in the plastic part that was in the ceiling. And then once I got the plastic part to fit in, I was able to drill the hole. Now you will be able to see here that this was a horrible idea. It was super messy. When you do this, you gotta figure out a way to contain all of the sheetrock dust, because this was a big problem and it was not fun at all. And here you can see that, yeah, always wear safety glasses. That's a good idea, but it was not fun. I'll show you a better way to do it in just a bit. But you still have this plastic piece in here. I had to take this out. I wanted to use a hammer and screwdriver, but eventually I just kind of ripped the whole thing out. So after that, you prep the wires, you make sure that the insulation's the correct length, you snip the wires if they're too long, and then you just pop it into place. You'll notice here I'm doing this the wrong way. I need to feed the wire through the junction box first before I do this. I forgot to do that. I will show you in just a bit the difference it makes, but I was not able to close the lid all the way because I did the wire the wrong way. That was unfortunate, but let me show you in just a bit the right way to actually do that. But once you get that in, all you have to do is screw in the light, and then here's my reaction.
So much better. Holy cow.
The lights really do look so much better. They just pop into place with springs. They work really well. Super easy to install. Once all the prep work is done, you just literally just stick it in the ceiling and you're good to go. It's got this cool nightlight mode. On the side here you can see, so when you flip the switch off and then wait a couple seconds, switch it on again, it goes into the nightlight mode, and that's really nice at night. You can use it, you can keep the light on all night and it's not as bright, and it's this nice warm light. So I have it on the coolest setting and it is really bright. It's nice, you can see everything. Here you see the nightlight mode, it's a warm light, and you can still see quite well with just the nightlight mode. But here I'm doing it again, and this time I drilled the hole first in the plastic part in the ceiling so that I kind of had a pilot hole, and then I found a box from Amazon. Now it's not the perfect size box, but it actually worked quite well, and I put my tool in the box to try to contain some of the sheetrock dust, and you'll see here that it's not perfect. And some of these tools actually come with kind of a container and a way to contain all the sheetrock dust. That would be a good idea, but I just dealt with what I had, and you can see despite it still being quite messy, it was way less messy than the first time I did it. So let's have a look at this plastic piece. I just used a hammer to rip it right out and broke the plastic out. Trying to get the nails out was too much work, didn't work. So just pulling this out, that was the easiest way I found to get that out, and then I just kind of moved the nails out of the way, and you can still put the lights in with that. So you can see here I fed the wire through the junction box this time first. That's the way you need to do it. And then these wires, you just put them in, and it's a really nice and easy connection. You push them until they don't go in any further. Here's a little bit closer look at them. Super simple, just takes a few seconds to put those wires in, and then you can close the box. Let's have a look at the lights now. I want to show you, obviously be careful when working with electrical. This should be in the ceiling first, but I want to show you the difference between the warm and cool lights. The junction box has a switch that you can use to change it from cool to warm, and I think there's about 5 or 6 different settings that you can change it to. But it's really easy to change in the junction box. You just need to make sure you change it to what you want before you put it in the ceiling. And here's a look at the difference between the warm and cool lights. You can kind of see what a difference that makes here. And then the junction box, you just put it in the ceiling. It's very lightweight, so it's okay to rest against the sheetrock. Now let's have a look at the dimmer switch, because I just have this old school switch and I have a mess of wires in here. And so let me kind of show you how I went about this. So I got these 2 wires here. And it looks like these 2 wires in here are just connected to each other. So I'm assuming the wire here is going to the light switch. So this is not the live wire. Really the only way to know for sure though is to put this in the off position and then use a wire tester like this. So I'm going to turn this on, and that should not beep. That is not live. This should beep. That is live. So we know that that is live. So on this dimmer switch, the black is going to go to the live wire. That's what I'm going to connect. And then one of the red wires to the not live, and then the green to the neutral. White, you don't need to deal with it. You just leave it alone. However it already is, that's fine. So I have black to black, red to black, green to neutral, and then capped the other red. That's working. Awesome. So obviously if you're not sure what you're doing, hire an electrician for this, but these dimmer switches are really nice. The dimmer switch works like you would expect. You can increase and decrease the intensity, and you can do that both on the normal light mode and the night light mode, which is really nice. So you can have it on a night light mode and you can have it really dim, or the normal light. And then on the side here you see this rocker, that's for adjusting it. Some lights, when it's down all the way, it won't turn on, so you use the rocker to adjust the lowest setting and make sure that it always turns on, even on the lowest dim setting. And the case for this dimmer switch is really nice as well. You will need a screwdriver to kind of pop it out, and I like this dimmer switch because it doesn't show any screws or anything like that. So once you get that popped out, you will screw it onto the plate, and then once that is done, you can just pop this front plate on into place, and it looks really nice, way better than my previous light switch. And then of course you can use the dimming function and the lights like normal, and then if you want you can turn on the night light mode. So I really like these lights because it has the night light mode. I have 4 small boys and they wake up in the middle of the night and they always turn on the light to go to the bathroom, and they always forget to turn it off. So now that we have these, at night we just turn it on the night light mode. The boys don't need to turn on any lights. It's not a super bright glaring light because it's on the night light mode, and so we can just leave it on all night. It's not using hardly any power at all. And once the prep work is done, these are crazy easy to install. You just plop the wires in place, you connect this, and then you just put it in the ceiling and you're done. That's all there is to it. I'm really happy and really impressed with these lights. They're nice and bright if you want them to be. If you use a dimmer switch, then you can turn the intensity way down. Cool lights. I hope this video helped. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.